Apakah hai semuanya, halo. Jaret Fajrianto di sini. Dan kita akan bermain segalanya. Nggak tahu judulnya segalanya, nggak tahu isinya apa, tapi yang penting kita akan bermain segalanya. Everything. Loh, salah pencet. Oke. Jadi apa kabar kalian semua? Halo. Selamat datang. Absen. Tentu saja seperti biasa absen. 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 Meskipun kita nggak tahu ini main apa, kita absen aja. Everything will be okay. Ada Jikurib, ada Farhan, ada Raihan, ada Arif, ada Fian, ada Fuos, ada Ahmad Rafi, ada Komata Koroni. Halo. Ya jadi absen des. Halo Wisha. Ya jadi kita akan bermain everything. Apa artinya everything? Artinya adalah everything. Bahkan gue tuh gak tahu apa artinya everything. But we are going to play everything. Oke, kita let's play everything. Everything. Oh, apa ini? Oh, I'm scared. I'm so scared. Kok kayak album Coldplay, bentar. Bukan ESQ yang dulu di sekolah-sekolah. Nggak tahu ya, kayaknya kayak apa ya? Gua mikirnya tuh kayak, oh ini apa? This game belongs to. Halo Bang, halo Moshiki Hoshi. This game belongs to Jaret. Suaranya gedein deh. Ada nggak suaranya? Kedengeran nggak? Punten, subete. Kedengeran? Kedengeran, nice, oke. This game belongs to Jaret. Enggak sih, sebenarnya punya si Emon tapi ya udah nggak apa-apa, Jaret aja. Oke. Oh. Enter. Jaret lemper please, enak aja. Bayangkan kamu itu setitik nggak tahu ini apaan. Kita bisa bergerak, namun kita tidak tahu arahnya kemana. Emon siapa? Orang bego. Kita sebuah titik tanpa tujuan, tanpa arah. Kita tidak tahu diri kita sendiri itu siapa. Terus maju berbelok-belok. Namun di satu titik tertentu kita mulai berpikir, am I controlling this? Apakah kita mengontrol pergerakan yang kita lakukan? Mari kita berpikir kembali dan menutup mata kita. Is this the beginning? Halo Bang, halo Toriko. Is this beginning? Apakah ini sebuah permulaan? Pengen nonton stream game buat Evan pada existential crisis. Apakah ini titik mula ataukah kita sudah berbentuk nyata sejak awal mula? Mari kita semua berpikir kembali. Apa yang kita pikirkan? Kaca Genshin. Gue kayak ya dapatnya di look gini. Nah. Who am I supposed to be? Oh! Apakah ini Ayaka? Bayangkan kalian adalah seekor rusa. Ganyu dapatnya. Kita berjalan. Maaf, berguling-guling. You are Adra Gazelle. Open animal. Thoughts info added to her. Bayangkan kalian ada rusa menggelinding di tengah padang pasir. Tidak menemukan siapa-siapa. Dan kita harus mencari sesuatu. Apa ini? Ada kuda datang. Ini apa sih? Apa kamu kuda kah? Ini harus kemana? Oh, Me. Rusa breakdance yang jeduk. Menggelinding tapi nggak nyangkut. Dan makin mengebut. Ngoeng. Lalu kita menemukan sesuatu. Ada sebuah pohon palem. Halo Ahmad. Press X near thought icons like to listen to thoughts. If there's no thought to open, hold left shift when moving to speed up. X. Hey Jaret, you found me. Finally, we've been waiting for you for such a long time. Notice my thought had the dadu 20 sisi icon. Look out for others with this. Bayangkan kamu menemukan pohon palem berbicara, memberikan tutorial kepadamu. Tanpa angin, tanpa hujan. Good luck. Terima kasih. Bayangin dulu aja. Things with the dadu icon unlock abilities. Ngueng. Menjadi rusa. Ada unta. Seperti IQ-nya lagi anjlok. Mencari minuman. Tidak ada. Mari kita berkomunikasi. Ingat, unta headstand. Mari kita mencari buah pikiran yang lainnya agar kita dapat menemukan inspirasi. Ada apa ini? Ada terenggiling. Terenggiling apa yang kamu lakukan terenggiling? Ada zebra. Bayangkan kalian melihat zebra berkeliaran bersama terenggiling hanya melompat-lompat. Ngueng. Oh, armadillo, sorry. Press X near thought and listen to thoughts. Oh ya, kita ke sana. Ngueng. Jadi lemper bisa nggak? Itu adalah lemper adalah sebuah form tertinggi dari sebuah kehidupan. Jadi kita masih jauh dari situ. Everything sings. Salah. Singing is how all things communicate. Singing helps things find or avoid one another. It deepens bonds between some things and separates others. It's how things announce their existence. So sing all day long. I want to hear what you sound like, and so does everything else. If other things hear you, they might sing back. Kita bikin musikal seperti Lion King. Sing to other animals. Indah sekali. Oh, harmoni. Harmoni. Maknanya sangat deep sekali. Coba sini kambing. Alia, kamu mau nyanyi kah?
Arigato.
Oh, arigato. Tom, this is bug devil. No, this is feature. This is the meaning of life. Remember. Wok wok. Wok wok wok. Jerapah. Jerapah, dengarkan aku. Jerapah. Apa? Apa yang kamu katakan? Tidak mungkin. Tidak mungkin. Kok diem? Kita mencari thought bubble lagi. Oh, apa ini? Rubah kah? Dia berpikir bahwa kenapa hidup ini fana dan mengapa kita hanya tertidur di sini dan mengapa kita tidak bergerak menuju cahaya. Maju lagi. What does the fox say? Oh, apa ini? Ada pelangi di bola matamu. Hey, how far back do you think other gazelles go? You might not always feel it, but you took trillions of generations of other gazelles, getting mixed up all the way back to forever. It's incredible you made it through and finally arrived here. The other gazelles around here are a reflection of you from back then, each with their own dreams and their own lives to live. As you meet other gazelles, you will sometimes feel inseparable from them. And find where you really start and end, it's up to you. Other gazelles and them placing all them going close. Okay. Di mana? Where are my kin? Di mana teman satu spesiesku? Aku ingin bertemu. Oh. Halo, permisi, mau nanya. Oh, di sana, ya udah, yuk. Ada burung elang. Tapi nggak bisa ke sana, nggak bisa ngomong, terlalu jauh. Gazelle, where are the other gazelle? Ini kah? You know, to work must cost the under gazelle. Ayo kita nyanyi. Oh, kita mendapatkan pack. Kita mendapatkan teman. The journey. The real treasure is the friends we made along the way. Nah, grafiknya sangat realistik ngalahin FF. Kita membangun masa untuk membangun masa depan. Not close enough to join. Mari kita menyerukan lagu kebangsaan kita. Mari kita semua gabungkan kekuatan kita dan membangun Gazelle Manji. Mereka punya Toman, kita punya Gaman. Now what should I do? baru tune in, langsung kambing guling. Kita punya tim kesebelasan, geng. We have an army. Apa ini? There you are. Over time, you might find there's no right or wrong path to take here. As you explore, you might feel that parts of you need to go their own direction. Because you can control everything at once. Oh, coba mate biar lebih ini. Try letting go of a few things. Release some other gazelles by pressing and holding C. Kita berpisah. Di mana ada pertemuan, pasti ada perpisahan. Terkadang kita harus bisa merelakan sesuatu yang kita pegang erat untuk terus maju. Nanti kedepannya kita akan bertemu orang baru yang akan menemani kita di kehidupan kita selanjutnya. Oh boy, my grandparents told me that water once fell from the sky here. They are clearly going senile. Kita saking sering bersama, kadang tidak sadar bahwa ternyata kita tinggal sedikit. Bayangkan ada ular, cinta dan dekat kepada kita. Hello, buset, apaan ini? Ini adalah sebuah inspirasi. Mari kita mencari. Bayangkan ada batu yang berbicara kepada kita. I've been thinking about it and I'm actually pretty excited about my intentions. Jadi sebuah batu berpikir bahwa dia bersyukur akan ketidaksadaran dia terhadap status dia sebagai benda mati. Tapi apakah bisa di drive? Nggak bisa. Nggak bisa dijangkauin juga. And then let's try to hear some thoughts. Look closely and you will find what you're after. Don't get discouraged. Everything is here to help you. Jangan takut untuk keluar dari zona nyaman, karena kamu akan menemukan zona yang lebih nyaman lagi ke depannya. Oh. Hey, what do you make of all the small things around here? All the plants and little creatures, are they here for you or are you here for them? It's hard to imagine that everything could be here for each other, because you can only see things from an other gazelle's perspective, just as I can only see from a rock's perspective. But if you want to, you can always see things from a little thing's point of view. Try it. Oh, can descend to level below. Mari kita turun kasta ke makhluk selanjutnya. Sembilu yang dulu biarlah berlalu, bekerja bersama hati. Kita ini insan, bukan seekor sapi. Sekarang kita menjadi sebuah batu. Bayangkan kamu hanyalah batu kerikil. Oh, can descend. Dan menemukan sebuah seekor Semut. Ants. Bayangkan kamu adalah seekor semut yang tertinggal dari teman-temannya. Can descend sampai apapun. Gak ada. Bayangkan kamu dengan temanmu menjalani dunia yang sangat besar dan menemukan teman-temanmu. Berjalan bersama, mencari makanan untuk memuaskan sang ratu, tapi lupa rumahnya di mana. Nah, kita ke sana. Gila. Perkumpulan Ant-Man. Hi friend, it looks like you've seen. Hi friend, it looks like you've seen things from a little thing's point of view. Now you might be wondering what it's like to see things from the other way around. To see things from bigger things point of view. Out of all the points of view you can find, which one is the right one? Can ascend. Ngesim ratu. Ratunya pakai megane nggak? Tentu saja. Ascend jadi apa? Oh. Bayangkan kamu adalah seekor bakteri. Bayangkan kamu ini apa sih by the way? Sand grain. Kamu adalah sebuah serpihan pasir. Dan bayangkan, kita bisa desain lagi gak sih? Oh, bisa masuk. Bayangkan kamu adalah sunflower pollen. Kamu adalah benih, biji bunga matahari. Ada tungau. Bayangkan kita adalah kutu. Bayangkan jika kamu adalah seorang kutu yang tidak tahu kamu ada di mana. Kita bisa ascend gak sih? Apa ini kita? Oh ini jadi end lagi. Bisa desain lagi gak? Oh, ini lagi. Bayangkan kamu adalah Trypanosoma brucei, bakteri yang mirip sesuatu, tapi ini family friendly, jadi tidak akan aku sebutkan. Apa? Dan bayangkan kamu adalah Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Ya sebenarnya nggak tahu apa. Ini apa? Fungus. There's nothing smaller than you to enter. Ini apa? Bayangkan kamu adalah butiran sempak. Nggak, kayaknya nggak sekecil ini deh. Ini apa? Bayangkan kamu adalah cacing Streptomyces. Literally garis yang tidak tahu apa yang dia lakukan. Bisa lebih kecil lagi. Bayangkan jika kamu adalah sodium. Kamu cuman sebutir garam yang meskipun hanyalah sebuah butir. Kamu dapat membuat salty seseorang yang gagal ngegaca. Dan bayangkan kamu adalah sphere. Literally bulat. Bayangkan. Bayangkan jika ini hanyalah sebuah anti realita, bahwa seluruh hidup ini hanyalah sebuah imajinasimu. But can we go smaller? Can we? Bayangkan kamu adalah sebuah constellated polyhedron, yang bahkan kayaknya ini bukan makhluk hidup lagi. Kamu sudah tidak dapat dilihat oleh manusia. Tapi bisa. Wait, ada sesuatu di sana. Bisa dikit lagi, bisa harusnya. A reflection of 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 a reflection. Ada yang pelangi di sini apa? What there is.
I find it a little difficult to say what the subject matter of this seminar is going to be, because it's too fundamental to give it a title. I'm going to talk about what there is. Now, the first thing, though, that we have to do is to get our perspectives with some background about the basic ideas which influence our everyday common sense, our fundamental notions about what life is about. Ideas of the world which are built into the very nature of the language we use, and of our ideas of logic
Can we
and of
go
what
lower?
makes sense altogether.
Sphere.
And these basic ideas I call
Can
myth,
we go lower?
not using the word myth to mean simply something untrue, but to
Bayangkan
use the word myth in a more
jika
powerful
kamu
sense.
hanyalah sebuah tetracloud.
A myth is an image
Perasaan
in
dari
terms
awal,
of which
dari
we
awal
try
kita
to make sense of the
mainnya
world.
dari rusa deh. Like, can we go lower? Bayangkan jika kamu adalah diffuse nebula. Semua yang kalian lihat di sini itu hanya sekecil-kecilnya sebuah ting. Makanya gue bilang ini menjadi segalanya tuh ini. Tapi apakah ini sesuatu yang terkecil? Apakah ini sesuatu yang terbesar? We may never know. Oh ya, kayak domain Dormammu ya. Dan bayangkan setelah kamu menjadi atom, kamu sudah menjadi sebuah galaksi. Enggak, this is too much. Kita balik lagi jadi ini yuk. Nggak mau ah, balik lagi ah. Balik lagi ah jadi atom ah, jadi rusa nggak mau ah, ini terlalu this is too weird. No. Yuk kita balik jadi atom. Takut. Atut. Asen. Ih. Mau yang simpel dulu, baru kita ke depan keluar. Udah serem astaga. Bayangkan jika kamu adalah convextelated purihedon lagi ya. Ya itu kita bakteri. Kita tuh tadinya sebutir garam loh. Man, we went stray further from God. We stray for every time we stray further from God. Kita kecuali lagi dulu. Apa ini? Bayangkan jika kamu adalah Sarcina. Oh. Lalu bayangkan jika kamu adalah mana lagi? Nggak ada lagi. Kocok. Kita tadi nggak tahu ya ininya. Tadi si atom itu suaranya kayak gimana? Kita mau aksen lagi please. I want no accent please. Kocok. Man, I'm scared. Mana tempat aksen? I want aksen. Bisa balik ke rusa lagi nggak? Harusnya bisa. Nah, yuk kita this is too weird. Ntar ke atas. Descend to get nothing smaller to add. Ntar. Ada apa ya? I wanna go home. I wanna be a man. Apa itu di sana? Kita kejar ke sana. Bisa jadi lebih besar lagi asal mau targetnya. Coba ini. I think they have something to say. A world that be placed.
You, as a human being, you grow out of this physical universe in just exactly the same
Apa
way
ini?
that an
Bayangkan
apple
jika
grows
kamu adalah Serasin
off an apple
Poland.
tree. So let's say the tree which grows apples is a tree which apples, using apple as a verb. And a world in which human beings arrive is a world that peoples.
Bayangkan jika kamu adalah unknown particle.
And so the
Man.
existence of people
So what
is
am I?
symptomatic
I am
Of.
unknown.
of the kind of universe we live in.
I am unknown.
Just as hair on a head is symptomatic of what's going on in the organism. But we
Oh.
have been brought up not to
Vibranium.
feel that we belong in the world. So our popular
Lord.
speech reflects it. We say, I came into this
Bayangkan
world.
jika kamu
You
adalah
didn't, you
Coro.
came out of it. We say, face facts.
Tapi Coronya
We talk about
cantik warna
encounters
biru.
with reality. As if it was a head-on meeting of completely alien agencies, and the average person has the
Bayangkan
sensation
jika
that
kamu
he is a
adalah-
somewhat that exists inside a bag of skin, the center of consciousness, which looks out at this thing, and what the hell is it
Beleba.
going to do to me? I recognize you. You kind of look like me, and I've seen myself in a mirror, and you look like you might be people. So maybe you're intelligent,
Bayangkan
maybe you
jika
can
kamu
love too.
adalah
And perhaps you're all right. Some of you are anyway. You've got the right color of skin, or you have the right religion, or whatever it is, you're okay. But there are all those people over in
Ini dimensi
Asia,
lain enggak?
Africa,
This
and they may
is
not
us.
really be people.
Life hasn't
When
been
you want to
easy for
destroy
no
someone,
slope
you
like
always
me.
define them as unpeople.
I never had time for no vacation. Too busy doing my job here. I plan on retiring as soon as I'm done avoiding my life. Apalagi? Ini kita jadi jamur dulu deh. You are flop. Bayangkan jika kamu adalah seorang jamur, dimana kamu bisa bikin orang ngefly sesuka hati. Lalu, oh apalagi nih? Awalnya bisa di kayu kecil doang, tapi udah jadi paling kecil, saya itu bisa paling gede lagi. Bayangkan jika kamu adalah Alumoma yang bentuknya seperti bunga kol, tapi sebenarnya tidak tahu apa ini. Dan bayangkan jika kamu adalah es perungga. Bayangin dulu aja. Gak tahu apa, tapi bayangin dulu aja. Don't get me wrong. It's not that the food is bad here. It's just that you have to be really hungry if you want to eat it. Man. Ini tapi tanahnya aja udah kayak di mana nih? Kayak di Mars atau di mana kayaknya? Asen lagi bisa kapan? Oh. Bayangkan jika kamu adalah Rock. Bayangkan jika kamu adalah Rocky yang awalnya hanya bisa berdiam diri, melihat kompetitor-kompetitor lain bisa berjalan meskipun pelan tapi pasti. Namun dengan kemampuanmu, dengan keyakinanmu, dengan usahamu yang tidak sia-sia, kamu akan maju, maju, dan maju, menembus garis finish. Dan suatu saat kamu akan menjadi sebuah loloma. Lolololol. Men, gua kangen jadi rusa deh kayak gini. Kita mengecil lagi, kita menjadi Estituna. Ini kenapa jadi kayak nama-nama VTuber semuanya?
We have this hostility to the external world because of the superstition, the myth, the absolutely unfounded theory that you yourself exist only inside your
Oh
skin.
no, I know this shape.
Now I want to propose another idea
Bukan creeper.
altogether. Billions of years ago,
Bacteriophagy.
you were a big bang. But now you're a complicated
Ini
human
virus,
being.
mirip-mirip virus.
But so we define ourselves as being only that.
Oh,
If you think that you are only inside your skin, you define yourself as one very complicated little
Jalannya kayak
curly
gini.
way out on the edge of that explosion, way out in space and way out in time.
bayangkan jika kamu adalah
And then we cut ourselves off and don't feel that we're still the Big Bang.
bayangkan jika
But you
kamu
are.
adalah Jukut.
Depends how you define yourself.
Apa ini?
You are actually, if this is the way things started, if there was a
Right,
Big
bro.
Bang in the beginning,
Bro,
you're not something that is a
Bayangkan.
result of the Big Bang.
kamu seorang
You're not something that
serangga yang
It's a
kena
sort of-
radiasi sampai menjadi cyberpunk 2077.
on the end of the process. You are still the process. You are the Big Bang, the original
Dan
force of the
lama-kelamaan
universe coming
menjadi
on.
calcite
as
cluster yang
whoever you are.
terbentuk seperti
See, when I
kristal.
meet you, I see not just what you define yourself as, Mr. So-and-so, Miss So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so. I see every
Dan
one of you as
bayangkan
the
jika
primordial
kamu adalah
energy of the
seorang
universe
Wurumir.
coming on at me in this particular way. I know I'm that too. But we've learned to define ourselves
lagi deh
as
ke atas.
separate from it.
Ya, jadi virus lagi. Bayangkan kamu itu adalah Arya Beli ya. Aduh, ini semuanya kita nggak kenal semua. This is alien to me. Oh. Ya, let's go higher. Aksen lagi ya. What? Bayangkan jika kamu adalah alien konti. What? Kita salah masuk ya? Oh. Life mostly involves going out and entangling yourself with others. But I want to show you another way of getting mixed up. A very beautiful thing you can do. And that's dancing! Dancing! To dance, to move in a pattern and not towards anywhere in particular. To make yourself the destination and enjoy never quite arriving. Dancing always takes two, but the more the merrier. Everything dances a little differently, so try doing it to do different things. Oh my god. Bayangin konvoy kontinen to dance. Dancing to the moonlight. Coba kalau banyak gimana? Oh. Ini men. Udah kayak Jojo ya, udah kayak Jojo ini. RGB geng. Kita banyak lagi. Wait. Bisa beranak. Kita asan lagi deh. Oh. Alien planet. Mom, I want to go back. Mom, I want to go back. Mom, where is this? Ini apa? You are sun. Earth, I wanna go to Earth. Soon. Ayo kita mendekat ke bumi. Di game horror, di game ini nyasar aja. I want to go to Earth. You are green planet. Let's go back. Turun ke bawah. Nah gini deh. You are ice continent. Apakah kita bisa menemukan penguin di bawah? Kita descend. Oh, guys, akhirnya kita pulang ke tempat yang kita tahu. 5 mod sini. Dance kalian, dance. Bayangkan kalian adalah seorang makhluk purba yang sudah punah. Dan kita berkembang biak bersama-sama bentuk keluarga. This is many. Where is it? Where is the siapa namanya yang sabertut? Mamot. Oh, ada jadi kambing aja, beda kambing guling. Gua cari ya. Diego, oh ya Diego, Sid. Bayangkan kamu adalah seorang moose. Oh salah, megaloceros. Oh, bayangkan kamu adalah seorang Amicia Michela. Sini kamu ikut. Skipper. Di sini ikut semua kalian. Tungguin Des. Wolski, Rico, Tatang. Let's all go do our missions. Kita cari makhluk baru yang bersembunyi di sini.
What I would call a kind of a basic problem we've got to go through first is to understand that there are no such things as things. That is to say, separate things. That is only a way of thought. If you can understand this, you're going to have no further problems. I once asked a group of high school,
Apa itu? Oh, mamot.
what do you mean by a thing? And first of all, they gave me all sorts of synonyms. They said it's an object, which is simply another word for a thing. It doesn't tell you anything about what you mean by a thing. Finally, a very smart girl who was in the group said a thing is a noun.
Can we go higher?
And she was quite right. A noun isn't a part of nature, it's a part of speech. There are no nouns in the physical world.
You are juniper.
There are no separate things in the physical world either. See, the physical world is wiggling. The clouds, mountains, trees,
Cuman
people
dikit ini.
are all wiggling.
Oh, apa itu?
And only when human beings get
Okay,
working
I'm ready to
things,
give up
they
thinking.
build buildings in straight lines
Watch me
and
do it.
try and make out that the world isn't really
Watch me do
wiggling.
it. Where it goes.
But here are we sitting in this room all built on straight lines, but each one of us is as wiggly as all
nope.
get out.
Itu apa sih tadi? Can we descend? Ini apa? You are stone pine. Mamot. This is all frighteningly meaningless. I had all this expectation. I come all the way in here, and all I get is this, is you. Is all the other animals around here running around me. Whoever set this game up early gave me no consideration. What dia? What? Hah? Dia komplain ke developernya kah? Asen yuk kita pindah ke tempat ini. Kita pindah ke biome lain. Udah kayak Minecraft aja, pindah biome. Ini biome apa? You are green continent. Jauh sebelum manusia ada, para hewan purba belajar dengan cara roll. Sebelum manusia menemukan GPU, ya dan ini hal render. Let's descend. Can we descend? Oh. Wah, hujan. Douglas fir. Nah, yang tanda tanya kah? Oh, tanda tanya. Jadi apa kita? Jeng 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 jeng. Foto. Oh, mau jadi burung. Mau jadi burung. Mau jadi burung. Mau jadi burung, please. Gak bisa kah? I wanna be birds. I wanna be birds. Where are the birds? Oh, apa ini? Ada yang nyala-nyala. Kita turun-turun dulu. You are walk. Penasaran kalau desain jadi apa kalau jadi you are my fire. Oh. You are bear. Jadi profesor. Tapi bayangkan kamu jadi bear tapi kamu sendiri. Oh, apa ini? You are a baboon, main drill. Nya, atau bentar. Bisa naik ke atas nggak ya? I want to try something. Bisa nggak ya? Bisa naik nggak ya? Sini aja deh, Allah. Jatinya babali cibaba kudung benyame benyate nyatinya bababi bibabo kudung tunade tomane. Tapi nggak ada singanya. Ini apa? We are Grey Wolf. You are my fire. Singanya mana ya? Oh. Bayangkan jika kamu adalah Pavolia Rene, mengumpulkan para merakyatnya untuk berguling-guling bersama. Thoughts are fiction between things and other things. Thoughts would never exist if everything thought it was the same thing. As you go around listening to things, their thoughts will make impressions in your mind. When you go out and experience life, you will have your own thoughts. They will reflect the things you've listened to and absorb. Give thinking a go. Just try not to take it too seriously. Patently meaningless. I had time for no consideration. Ini udah. Oh, belum. Orangutan. Bisa jadi kunang-kunang kah? Pengen jadi kunang-kunang. Bayangkan kamu adalah Mongke. Wait, can I hear your thoughts? I like being part of this world of other rocks. We pretty much share everything and it works out. There are ups and downs, of course. When one feels bad, we all kind of feel bad. But the pain is absorbed easier when you're not alone. You are not alone. I am here with you. Don't you worry, fine. I'm here to stay. Together we strong. I am aping you. Apa ini? Deer. Akhirnya we go back to deer. Beda deer. Tadi gazelle sih, ini bukannya. Akhirnya kembali ke rusa. Kita cari lagi. Getting the hold of the wiggly world.
Now then, when you want to get control of something that wiggles, it's pretty difficult, isn't it? You try and pick up a fish in your hands, and the fish is wiggly and it slips out. What do you do to get hold of the fish?
Apa
You
ini?
use a net.
Horse.
And so the net is the basic thing we have for getting hold of the wiggly world.
Wah,
A net is something regular,
pakai ini simpanse.
and I can number the holes in a net.
Simpanse.
So many holes up, so many holes across. And if I can number these holes, I can count exactly where each wiggle is in terms of a hole in that net. But in order to do that, I've got to break up the wiggle into
Kecil lagi.
bits.
Apa ini?
I've got to call this a specific bit, and this the next bit of the wiggle, and this the next bit, and this the next bit of the wiggle. And so these bits
I am
are things
a benui.
which I mark out in order to talk about the wiggle, in order to measure it, and therefore in order to control it. But in nature, in fact, in the physical world, the wiggle isn't bitted. So the world doesn't come thing. You and I are all as much continuous with the physical universe as a wave
Jadi
is continuous
Auisa.
with the ocean. The ocean waves,
Mana?
and the universe peaks.
Where are my pen?
And as the wave,
Where
I
are my
wave at you and say,
Benui
you. The world is waving at me with you. And saying, hi, I'm here. But the way we feel and sense our existence, being based on a myth, that we are made, that we are parts, that we are things. Our consciousness has been influenced so that each one of us does not feel that.
Kita
We feel we have been
cari apa lagi?
hypnotized, literally hypnotized by social convention into feeling and sensing
Jadi
that we
kunang-kunang
exist
nggak
only
sih?
inside
Ayo,
our
lebih
skins.
kunang-kunang.
That we are not the original bang,
Oh no.
but just something out on the end of it.
Ya, jadi
And therefore we are scared stiff.
apa ini? Mos, lumut.
My wave is going to disappear. And I'm going to die. And that would be awful.
Jadi kusa. Oh bisa, mau jadi kunang-kunang. Bisa nggak ya? Bisakah? I wanna be kunang-kunang. Tanya Sarah lagi. Nggak. Nih mau jadi ranting aja lah. Twig, jadi twig. Oh, apa ini? Jadi kutu kah? Tuh. Cowboy Beetle, yeah! Oh, mau B. B ada B. I wanna be a B. Gak bisa kah? Mau jadi B, please. Naik dulu deh. Jadi apa? Metal tuh bukannya itu ya? Buat apa? Perusahaan bikin kau. Bisa ke atas kah? The world. Oh my god. The world will end if in the year you die. Depresi amat orang. I mean nggak salah, but you can. Oh! Jelek amat. Itu suara itu kayak kentut suaranya. I made it, another fine night where I get to be alive. Oh iya, si apa? Kalau nggak salah B itu cuman punya waktu berapa hari? 24 jam bahkan. Udah gitu mati. Kunang-kunang? Can I be kunang-kunang? Oh no. No, go up please. Go nggak mau ngasih lagi please. Ngomong. Please. Ke atas. Please, asen. Apa lagi nih? Oh my god. Hey, you are a hair. Waduh, rambut siapa ini? Bayangkan saat kamu adalah sehelai rambut. Asen please, asen. Please get me out of here. Nah, jadi B lagi. Mau jadi kunang-kunang. Apa ini?
You are a fluke. You are a separate event. And you run from the maternity ward to the crematorium and that's it, baby. Now, why does anybody think that?
Jelek banget.
There's no reason to, because it isn't even scientific. It's just a myth. And it's invented by people who wanted to feel a certain way. They want to play a certain game. Camus said there is only really one
world?
Serious philosophical question.
I hope you
which is
find
whether
love.
or not to
Oh,
commit
thank you, you
suicide.
too. There's nothing else that matters.
Should you or not commit suicide? This is a good question. Why go on? And you only go on if the game is worth the candle. Now, the universe has been going on for an incredible long
Walang
time.
sangit kah? Oh, musiking.
So really, a satisfactory
Stag
theory
Beetle.
of the universe
Heracross.
has to be one that's worth betting on.
Nggak bisa pergi, nggak bisa terbang kan?
That's a very, it seems to me, absolutely elementary common sense. If you make a theory of the universe which isn't worth betting
Kodoknya
on,
useless.
why bother? Just commit suicide.
What? Hah?
But if you want to go on playing the game, you've got to have an optimal theory for playing the game.
Kayaknya kita tambahin subtitle deh, bentar. Ada nggak? Oh, ada. Oke. Henshin! Ini apa? Limestone pebble. Naik lagi. You are pine cone. Sekarang gua ngerti kenapa kita itu menjadi segalanya. Long before pine cones were around, far back through time, all trees were the same thing, a something that spread into every tree everywhere, a something all trees still share here and now. You may find you aren't just pine cone, but every tree in existence, an expression of this great pattern known as trees. Everything secretly knows this and you know it too. Tadi udah dinyalain subtitlenya. Halo AA Jaret, halo Dimas. Jadi jukut lagi kah? Ya jukut. Ini bunga. Wait, no, ini jukut lagi. Wait. Mau jadi bunga yang ini, Des. You are bluebell. Let's go up. Kenapa? Jadi riksa. Wild barley. I swallowed a pollen about a half hour ago and I'm not doing so good. Let's go up. Descend. Ascend. Jadi Arisa lagi. Game apaan? Kita menjadi segalanya. Kita menjadi apapun. Ini kita tadi jadi rumput, sekarang kita jadi kelinci. Let's go up again. Nah, caranya biar go up lagi. Ini kan. Jadi rock huge. Oke, disasen lagi. Kita ada saatnya menjelajahi dunia luar. Pindah tempat. Ini udah. Senten udah ya tadi. Kita ke rock ini belum deh. Ke rocky building yang gini. Nah ini apa? You are rock continent. Accent. Descent, sorry. You are. Bayangkan kamu sudah menjadi pohon yang sudah terbakar. Ini rock semua. Oh, nah ini. Ini apa? Rocky Mountain Elk. Nenek moyang mengirim pizza menggunakan batu yang sudah bergerak. Yang bergerak seperti ini. Bayangkan jika di atasnya, ini batunya kayak patat, jelek banget. Lihat. Oke. Bayangkan apa ini? Okapi. Oh, suaranya. What were you before being aku Okapi? Batu. Dirimu sepertimu.
if there is any such thing at all as intelligence and love and beauty, well, you found it in other people. In other words, it exists in us as human beings. And as I said, if it is there in us, it is symptomatic of the scheme of things. We are as symptomatic of the scheme of things as the apples are symptomatic of the apple tree or the rose of the rose bush. The earth is not
a big rock.
A big rock infested with living organisms, any more than your skeleton
Apa ini?
is bones infested with cells.
Meng.
The earth is geological,
Apa
yes,
ini?
but
Mountain lion.
This geological
Nah,
entity
tiba-tiba. Oh,
grows.
Bentar, bisa naik ke atas kan?
people. And our existence on the earth is a symptom of the solar system
Ah, nggak bisa
and its
kayaknya.
balances,
Nggak bisa.
as much
Nah,
as the solar
tiba-tiba.
system in turn
Kembali,
is
jiwa
a symptom
bah.
of our galaxy. And our galaxy in its turn is a symptom of the whole company of galaxies. Goodness only knows what
Yang
that's
kecil lucu. Oh. Apa ini? Jadi Rumski. Jadi Watame. Nah, kita joget. Wait, itu ada satu yang gak sama itu, woi. Itu kenapa ikut-ikutan? Woi. Woi. Kamu siapa? Kamu siapa? Kenapa mau ikut-ikutan? Ngomong salah. Aku mau jadi I wanna be sheep again, please. Can I go back, please? Oh no. Suara naratornya sampai mirip suara lu. Masa sih? Oh, nih. I want to be big. Nah, udah balik jadi domba. Nah, ini ada satu yang lewat. Nah nih, goat. Ada kambing sendiri. Ya mereka satu family, I guess. Gila. Wih. Kayak sesuatu lagi. Ganyu. Dibaliknya Watame itu loh. Ngeng. Apa ini? Oh, udah Rocky Mountain Elf udah. OPK udah. Should we go up? Mari kita salah, enggak asen. Ayo kita asen. Asen. Rocky. Asen. Kita cari tempat lain. Ini belum kan nggak salah. Yalah. Saya mau lihat kumpulan pohon palem jalan nih. Terus berjoget. Terus beranak. Bisa jadi ikan. Kita asen. Can we asen, please? want to ascend. Sini dulu kali ya.
When as a scientist you describe
Masih benua yang tadi ini masih.
the behavior of a living organism, you try to say
ada
what a
desert.
person does. It's the only way in which you can describe what a person is. Describe what they do. Then you find out that in making this description, you cannot confine yourself to what happens inside the skin. In other words, you can't talk about a person walking unless you start describing the floor.
Apa ini? You are a Bedouin
Because when I
man.
walk, I don't just dangle my legs in empty space. I move in relationship to a room.
yang mau penginapan, yang mau
So in order
yang mau
to describe
penginapan,
what I'm doing
masuk,
when I'm walking, I have to describe the room. I have to describe the territory.
Apa?
So in describing my talking at the moment, I can't describe this just as a thing in itself, because I'm talking to you. And so what I'm doing at the moment is not completely described unless your being here is described also. So if that is necessary, if in other words, in order to describe my behavior, I have to describe your behavior and the behavior of the environment, it means that we've really got one system of behavior.
Oh, gajah. Gajah.
That what I am
Kau temanku, kau
involves
juga
what you are.
temanku. Kita
I
jalan
don't know who
bareng.
I am unless I
Kita
know who
terus
you are.
maju bila
And you don't know who you are
waktu
unless you know who I am.
tanda kita berganti.
In other words, we are not separate. We define each other. We're all backs and fronts to each other. We and our environment. And all of us and each other are interdependent systems. We know who we are in terms of other people. We all lock together.
Ini apa? Step
This
pyramid.
is, again and again, the serious scientific description of how things
I
happen.
don't know where I end and my role begin. I
And
suppose
any
it's
good
having
scientist
me having
knows
this thought, but then again, I wouldn't have had it.
that what you call the external world is as much you as your own body.
Main syahdu lama-lama. Is this all there is? It is all there should be. Lagunya yang bikin tenang. Oh, ada Loki. Kita jadi Loki. Loki buaya. Mari kita doing mischief. Keep your darkness to yourself and your family and closest friends and acquaintances and everyone you meet. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, ini kita bisa jadi. Wait, can we be fish? Tapi di sini nggak ada fish ya harusnya. Can we descend? Kayaknya harus ke laut deh. Kita ascend dulu deh. Oh, apa ini? Ada yang penting. As you experience all the universe things, each thing also experiences you. Things leave their mark on you as you leave your mark on things. And somewhere inside you is an impression of everything you've ever been. A great memory of the things you can revisit anytime and feel what it's like to be them again. You are always free to transform yourself into anything. Oh, one dimension. Nah, oh bisa berubah. Oh, jadi kayak kita bisa bikin. Coba misalkan animal, terus animal, misalkan jadi penguin. Dia udah pasnya udah jadi penguin deh. Oh birds ya, di birds, benar. Back. Bird. Penguin. Kita bisa jadi penguin di gurun pasir. Bayangkan ketika rumahmu seharusnya berada di pegunungan es, tiba-tiba kamu terdampar gurun pasir bersama binatang-binatang yang tidak kamu kenal. Oh, apa ini? Terus pinguinnya gede lagi, lebih gede daripada ini. What the heck is wildebeest? Gede banget. Coba bandingin sama jerapah. Buset. Nah, kita berubah. Building. Nah, ini. Kita jadi galaksi. This is weird. This is a really weird game. Around here, running around here, running around me. Whoever said this begins, it's like being a lenticular galaxy.
Your skin doesn't separate you from the world, it's a bridge through which the external world flows into you. And you flow into it.
This is weird.
Just, for example, as a whirlpool in water. You could say, because you have a skin, you have a definite shape, you have a definite form. The whirlpool is a definite form, but no water stays put in it.
Sure.
The whirlpool is something the stream is doing. And exactly the same way, the whole universe is doing each one of us. And I see you today, and I recognize you tomorrow, just as I would recognize a whirlpool in a stream. I'd say, oh yes, I've seen that whirlpool before. It's just near so-and-so's house on the edge of the river, and it's always there. So in the same way, when I meet you tomorrow, I recognize you, you're the same whirlpool you were yesterday. But you're moving. The whole world is moving through you. All the cosmic rays, all the food you're eating, the stream of steaks and milk and eggs and everything is just flowing right through you. When you're wiggling the same way, the world is wiggling, the stream is wiggling you. But the problem is, you see, we haven't been taught to feel that way.
Mari kita pergi dari sini.
The myths underlying our culture and underlying our common sense
Wait, can
have not taught us to feel identical with the universe, but only parts of it, only in it, only confronting it, aliens. And we are, I think, quite urgently in need of coming to feel that we are the eternal universe, each one of us. Otherwise we're going to go out of our heads. We're going to commit suicide. Collectively, courtesy of H-bombs.
Casually strolling.
And,
wait,
all right.
Can we?
Supposing we do, that will be that, and it'll be life making experiments on other galaxies. Maybe they'll find a better game.
And then... The journey. This is the meaning of life. This is the meaning of the universe. The answer to all life and all the surrounding questions within. It all comes back to Pingu. We can go higher. Nah, jadi ini. We can go higher. This will be the thing of life. This is what the end of time feels like when the universe universe is tearing apart. The only answer that you need is pengu. Is pengu. And then all of this become Arisa. The universe. We don't know how it entails, but the rabbit still live on. Apalagi ya? Bayangin nih, bayangin aja. Coro segede galaksi. And then it descends upon the planet to become crawling in my skin. Masuk sini deh. What is this? Elliptical galaxy. Oh, jadi sun lagi. Artnya hilang kah? Artnya udah jadi penguin sih tadi. Kita ke Saturnus deh coba. Ringed ice planet. Can we ask this? Tunggu, jangan bilang. Oh, di Saturnus ada pohon. Ada pohon oak. Ada binatang nggak? Igloo? Oh wait, saya salah. Oh. Oh. Lagarosipon. No, tuh, main. No, don't do the weird thing again. Apa ini si urchin? Oh, bulu babi. No, asan. Don't go too down, terlalu. Ntar. Duel. Kira jadi ikan. Jadi apa nih? Shoal of sea bass. Oh, ada orca. Oh iya, where is not a fish? Tadi ada fish kan jadi sea bass tuh. Ada cumi kah atau apa gitu? Ini jadi ikan si bass. Jadi apex predator ya di. Aduh, lumba-lumba kecil. Si lumba-lumba. Makan dulu. Lupin. Kayaknya gue pengen balik lagi ke let's descend. Bisa descend. Oh, ada objektif. Apa ini? Hi Jaret, I was wondering where you got to. By now, you've been able to see a lot here, but not everything. When you first arrived here, there was a golden object in front of you. Do you remember it? I feel distant now, but it's still there. This is a gate, made by things who weren't able to see how you see. Many things entered it but weren't able to come back out, so we kept it locked. I'm going to open it for you, but it's up to you if you want to enter. Good luck. Take care. Lupa. You can now descend to the golden gate. Huh? Return to where you began. Udah nyasar dong. Gimana ya? Men, gue udah nyasar, men. Mana lagi, men? Gampang ya, disuruh return to where you began. Earth. Kita balik ke Earth. Sini kamu. Nah, biar cepet lah. Number. Yang bumi yang mana coba? Ini. Green planet. Descend. Oh, sini kah? Alah. Oh. Jadi kabuto. Harus crap. Bentar. No. This I don't want this. Sun continent. Where should we go? Where do I begin? Udah lupa kan. Tadi kita kayak dari atom pindah ke galaksi terus kayak langsung ke tempat alien, bingung. Golden Gate. Penasaran jadinya. Golden Gate. Everything. Oh, boat. Apa itu di atas? Golden Gate. Mau gimana caranya ke Golden Gate? I don't know where I am right now. Bayangkan kamu mengendarai perahu, tapi nggak ada apa-apa. Golden Gate-nya nggak ada, Des. Mana? Udah nggak tahu kemana lagi. Green planet aja udah beda kayaknya. Apa ini? Oh, api. Kita jadi bronze fire pit. Oke. Man, ini cari golden. Teng, jadi dari deh. Let's go become a building. Of desert building. Golden Gate. Let's be real for a minute. All there's a building, don't stand chance out here. Good luck with you have better 10 years tops. Something that I got to you. Alah. Ya, yang jelas pokoknya mulai tempat berpasir. But tempat berpasirnya ada banyak banget.
I wonder if it's ever struck you how curious a thing it is that most of the things that we experience we regard as things that happen to us, which we ourselves do not originate, which are events
mendengarkan
expressing some sort of power
pidato inspirasional
or activity that is external to ourselves. And if you consider that, you realize that what you mean by yourself is rather narrowly circumscribed. even events that go on in our own bodies are put in the category of things that happen to us in the same way as things that go on in the world
Jaret
outside
PC
our
atau PS di PC?
skins. If there's a thunderstorm or an earthquake, well, it happens to you. You're not responsible
I want a
for
golden gate.
it. But so in the same way, when you have hiccups,
Karakter build.
you didn't plan on it.
Hah!
If you have belly rumbles, you had no intention of doing it. And as to the catastrophic act of getting born, well, you had nothing to do with that. And you can spend all your life blaming your parents for putting you in the situation in which you find yourself.
We should go bigger.
And this way of looking at the world in this sort of passive mood as something that happens to you goes right down to our general feeling about life. It goes down to the way in which
Kita salah sih tadi.
we have been accustomed to look
jadi
at
atom,
human existence
terus kayak jadi antah berantah.
a precarious event in a cosmos that on the whole is depicted as being completely unsympathetic and alien to our existence.
Nggak bisa return to where you begin, tapi di mana beginningnya? Help please. Open mind, think, scale, glow. Oh my god. Kita go up aja deh. No. Alah, nggak bisa go up. Please, help. Kita gacha. Go up. Go up. Go up. Terus kita balik. Return to Pengu. Oh ya. Jadi atom, terus kita nanti pindahnya kemana? Return to Pengu. The smallest things. Jadi kita apa sih? Oh ya penguin ya. Pengunya mana? Oh itu. Pengunya, no pengu go. Descend into the golden gate. Kita ke atas lagi. Grain of sand? Oh sodium. Aduh ini bau-baunya. Oh wait. Apa yang paling dia senangi? Apa ini tanda tanya? What is this? Plastic shard. Apa yang paling dia senangi? Biji bunga. Udah. Apa yang paling dia senangi? Biji. Hah? What? Old coin. Makin jauh. Bawang. What is this? Ini bukannya peninggalan bodoh itu ya, peninggalan aneh itu ya. Venus. Sekecil ini. Apple. Kita jadi apple. Peach, oh peach. If only I could manage to sell the dirt around here, I'd be one rich lily. Jadi lili, Ipeta. Kadal, jadi kadal. Jadi keko. Oke, keko. Not really part of this.
If you're reared with a 20th century, or shall we say an early 20th century common sense, which is based on the philosophy of science of the 19th century. You regard yourself as an accident, a biological accident, in a stupid universe, which is mechanical, but has no feelings.
Oh wait, is this a farm?
A vast, pointless gyration
You are a wood fence.
of radioactive rocks and gas in which you happen to occur.
Pagar
Because if you don't have that
melingkar-lingkar
point of
di
view and you are
di
more
rumah
traditional,
Paumar.
You look upon yourself as a child of
Gekotnya
God,
cicak atau kadal, kayak kadal gitu.
and therefore under authority. In other words, there's a big boss on top of all this.
Oh, ada yang gede.
And you better watch your P's and Q's, because that Almighty is looking after you.
Oh,
With the attitude of this is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you.
palisade. Pada
And when
Stonehenge.
you look at the world in that image, or in the other image that it's a stupid mechanism, either point of view you take,
Man, this is so weird.
you don't really belong.
This is so weird. Berunta.
You're not really part of all this. Or to put it in the strongest possible,
Gua mager.
it is quite alien to our thought that the external world, which is defined as something that happens to you, and your body itself is something that you got caught up with,
Oh, Untitled Goose Game?
it is
Uzo?
quite alien to consider all that as you yourself. Because you see, we have such a
Untitled
myopic
Goose
view
Game.
of what oneself is.
Sequel. Untitled Game sequel is Untitled Goose Game sequel is kinda good. Oh, kalau udah dapet ini, oke. Nanti terakhir gue pengen melakukan hal. Nanti pas sudah 2 jam gue mau melakukan suatu hal. Ini dulu kan. Bang Jet baru join nih. Oh, halo, sekarang kita menjadi rumah. Sebuah ini di mana sih? Oh, ini gede-gede. Oke. Bayangkan kamu seekor soang. Oh, apa ini kok? Bagus. What is this? City continent. Let's see. Oh. Men, gak nyangka ada ini sih. No. Design. I wanna play here. Wait, can I? Ayo kita bareng-bareng jalan. Ayo, let's become a rebel. Oh man, this is so weird. Ngeng. Ya, let's go. Kita kumpulin semua lampu-lampu di jalan. This is the mod. Joget-joget. Iya. Dia bisa beranak. Pindah. Roll keren. Bisa jadi building nggak? Nah, ini apa ini? Cerobong. Oh. Yuk kita jalan-jalan yuk. Factories website.
Now, we come here to an extremely important principle,
Kita beranak yuk.
which is the different points of view you get when you change your level of magnification. That is to say, you can look at something with a microscope and see it a certain way.
got this game.
You
What
can
is
look at it
this?
with the naked eye and see it in a certain way. You look at it with a telescope and you see it in another way.
Oh.
Now, which level of magnification is the correct one? Well, obviously, they're all correct. They're just different points of view. When we examine our bloodstreams under a microscope, we see there's one hell of a fight going on.
Yo.
All
Who
sorts
will
of
win?
microorganisms are chewing each other up.
Who will win?
And if we got overly fascinated
dozens of
with our view of our own bloodstreams in the
lampposts
microscope, we should start taking sides,
6
which
big
would be
boy.
fatal. Because the health of our organism depends on the continuance of this battle.
Kita
What is, in other words, conflict at one level of magnification is harmony at a higher level. Now, could it possibly be, therefore, that we, with all our problems,
kita konvoy.
conflicts, neuroses, sicknesses,
Kita konvoy
political
bareng-bareng.
outrages, wars, tortures,
Ayo, para
and
rumah,
everything
kita
that goes
bersatu,
on
para
in
gedung.
life, are a state of conflict, which can be seen in a larger
Ayo
perspective
kita konvoy.
as a situation
Kita
of
bikin
harmony.
geng motor baru. Yo, ikut so. Ada yang mau ikut? Sini. Woo. Semua boleh ikut. Sini. Apa ini? Wait, can I? Wait. Let's go. Mengacau. Yoi. Gila, men. Ten. Bagaimana cara merasakan narkotika tanpa menggunakan narkotika? Oh my god. Coba kalau gua jadi kecil ya, POV-nya kayak gimana? Oh my god. Oh, jadi mobil. This is so man. Oh, ada motor. Kita jadi toman. Konvoy. Masuk kasih gini ada. Oh, the Pingu Restoration apa? The Pingu Revolution is coming. Udah yuk, kita sudahi. Ini this is just the way. Kita sudahi dengan ini aja. Ntar kita pindah ke atas. Terus kita ascend. Kita ascend lagi. Ini harus ke sun. Kita ascend. This is the biggest that we have ever gone. Oke, semua pada ikut sini. Gak bisa ya? Gak bisa pada ikut kah? Gue pengen semuanya. Gini. Terus bentar, cari lagi. Dari galaksi masih bisa nggak? Jadi atom kan tadi balik lagi. Ini main di PC kah? Yes, di PC. Oke. Kumpulin semua yang ada. Events intervals between them.
And you can say, aha, at last I see, I got the point. I've seen how all this makes sense. But what this insight depended upon was your
Ambil semua yang bisa
overcoming
diambil. Galaksinya
the
kumpulin
illusion
semua.
that space separates things. That is to say, the space, the interval between your body and mine. The interval created by birth at one end and death at the other. And then after somebody's death, then somebody else's birth. These are events with intervals between them. And normally we regard these intervals in time and these intervals in space as having no importance, no function. We tend to see the universe itself as really consisting in all the stars and galaxies.
Yang sangat cocok buat mengakhiri.
That's what it is. That's what we notice. But the space in which all this happens is sort of written off as something that isn't really there.
Kayaknya udah deh.
But what one has to realize is that the space
kita beranak lagi.
is an essential function of the things in the space. After all, you can't have separate stars unless there is a space around. Eliminate the space and you will see you couldn't have this phenomenon at all. And vice versa. You couldn't have the space. They wouldn't be there in any sense whatsoever if there weren't the bodies in it. So the bodies in the space and the space are two aspects of a single continuum.
Okay. Now we do
They're
this.
related together in exactly the same way as a back and a front. And you just don't get one without the other.
This is the peak of the universe. This is the peak of everything. This is the end of the time as we know it. This is the answer to our life. Untung pingu bukan soang. Everything were really to see itself as everything. Space would no longer exist. Time would stop moving forward. And all sound would be silent. This is what we all returned. Kita lepasin semua. Look at this. Look at all the swans. Swang. The swang supremacy. Buset, semuanya jadi swang loh ini. Oh god. Oh god. Well, we go up. teman lagi nggak di sini? Wait, pinguinnya masih ada loh di sini. Pinguin masih ada dong. The penguin is still here. Kita coba. Tunggu waktunya. Kita beranak terus. Kita beranakin terus. Sampai banyak. Kalian tunggu ya. Going to do. Udah kah? Mau balik ke golnya, coba autoplay. Oh, oke. Kita ini dulu terakhir, baru kita ke autoplay. Buset, ini apa? This is life. Penguins. This. Ini apa? Atom enggak? Ini penguin. Partikel terkecil di dunia fisika kuantum is pingus. Dah. Kita autoplay coba ya. Kita let's take them. Kita lihat mereka. Is this Chia? Yes. This is Chia. The answer to all life is Chia. Wow. Bayangkan hidupmu hanyalah sebuah ilusi. Bayangkan seluruh kerja kerasmu untuk hidup dan berusaha, semua akan kembali pada pingu. Descend deh. Cannot descend, please. No, you meet. Thanks. Nah, kita kembali ya. What is this? Oh my god. Nitrogen. Help, I wanna get off. I wanna ascend, please. Dah, ini udah terlalu trippy banget ya, pengen nge-fly main ginian. Wah. What is Sparized structure. Oh. Coba kita auto deh. Ah, autonya nggak jalan. Apa ini? What is this? Feedback sphere. Itu autoplay nggak tau kayak nggak jalan. Kontrolnya apa sih? Influence, dance, gather, add remove. Ini apa? Regular nested structure. Oh. Men, karena gue sudah mulai mabuk, mungkin kita sudahi dulu aja. Gue nggak tahu ke Golden kayak gimana, autoplaynya nggak jalan nih kayak. Coba kalau gitu gue lepasin apa-apa, dia autoplay nggak? Oh iya autoplay. Oh, gue udah mulai mabuk. Lihat. Lagian nanti juga jam 12 kita ada stream lagi. Jadi istimewa istirahat dulu. Habis itu ya kita lanjut main Five Nights at Freddy's. Oke. Ya berarti untuk sekarang waktu dulu, kita ketemu lagi jam 12 kalau kalian masih kuat buat nonton, oke? Oke. So, Waktu kill up for now. Nanti kita ketemu lagi di waiting room selanjutnya, oke? See you later.